It is an historic bankruptcy. The city of Detroit filing for Chapter 9. But while a lot of people have tried to put a stop to it, the filing is moving forward. This afternoon, a federal judge stopped any lawsuits challenging the city's bankruptcy. The ruling is considered a major victory for Detroit. City employee unions had been fighting the bankruptcy, worried that they will lose their pensions. There are about 21,000 retired city workers who are owed benefits.
In the meantime, the political battle lines in this bankruptcy are already lining up. They have been drawn, and 24-Hour News 8's political reporter Rick Albin is here with two very different views of this process.
Not unusual when it comes to Detroit. It is for some a very emotional issue. For others, it's an economic equation that simply does not add up. No matter who looks at Detroit's financial mess, there is agreement that it needs to be fixed. The disagreement is exactly how to do it. The numbers are staggering. At least $18 billion in unfunded liabilities. Abandoned and dangerous buildings throughout the city.
78,000 abandoned structures, about half of which are viewed as dangerous. And then there's about 60,000 vacant parcels or parcels of land.
Detroit is broke and broken. And the governor says some creditors were willing to work to avoid bankruptcy.
But other people essentially almost ran to court to file lawsuits and such. That's not how you solve a problem. You sit down and talk about it. So it became clear that we weren't going to get a resolution with all the creditors on this. Given that's the case, there wasn't any other viable alternative except to go to bankruptcy.
But a state senator who represents part of the city questions who the bankruptcy is supposed to benefit.
This is a very surreal moment for the city of Detroit. And being an insider, if you will, there's a lot of information that I have that suggests that while Detroit does in fact have a problem financially, like a number of other major cities across the country, we are really inside a serious sort of right-wing, and I'm no conspiracy theorist, but an agenda that has at its root dealing more favorably, if you will, on behalf of the bondholders and the folks who maintain credit houses out on Wall Street and in other financial areas.
Still, the governor says it was the only way.
So this was a tough decision, but it's the right decision.
Something Senator Johnson strongly disagrees with. Do you think it was necessary to declare Detroit bankrupt?
I don't.
For his part, Senator Johnson says he thinks the President of the United States should step up to the plate when it comes to helping Detroit recover, while Governor Snyder says a stabilized Detroit will attract private investment. They'll both make their case tonight at 6. Susan?